This is Season 7 of the Team Roping Journal's podcast, The Score, the show that started it all in the whole podcasting game in team roping and rodeo. At 3 million downloads and counting, this is where team ropers talk, from our weekly short score episodes to the longer sit-down conversations that we get to have that dive deep into the personalities, producers, and horses that inspire the sport. This is where team ropers get their must-know information. Hey everyone, it's Chelsea Schaefer. Welcome back to The Score. Today's episode is with the one, the only, JD Yates, who we have done quite a bit with, of course. How could you not? He is the king of the horsemen in the team roping industry. He always has been and always will be. His world title in the junior heading came on Sioux C Royalty, a 2020 mare by One Time Royalty out of Sioux C Lena that is owned by the Tierney Ranch. This horse, as JD is going to tell you in this episode, was started by Luke Jones, went to Tate Kirchenschlager, and JD has had her for about 6 months. He won the world on her and was very excited, of course, for his customers at the Tierney Ranch because they have been longtime customers of the Yates family and they have a lot of horses in training. So it was super cool to see this mare, who is part of the Tierney program, win this title. In today's episode, I'm leaving this a standalone episode of The Score because JD and I get into the future of judging rope horses, what the foundation he's putting into his horses looks like, and why it's a little bit different than kind of the current trends or the popular trends right now. So I thought this was kind of an interesting theoretical episode on what the rope horse industry is doing. And I want it to stand alone. So here is Mr. JD Yates. Today's episode is brought to you by Fastback Ropes. You can learn a lot more about Fastback at fastbackropes.com. I will tell you more about this rope at the commercial break. Well, when did that horse come into your program? Give me your history.
And Luke Jones started it, I guess, as a colt, and then Kate Kirchenschlager's mother-in-law owned it, and Phil knew Phil knew the mother and knew the grandmother and all that, and was real, really liked them, and then all of a sudden the horse come for sale, and Phil bought it. I had him. I've had her about 6 months. Mm-hmm. But Tate had started roping on her before I got her. Mm-hmm. And, but she just, I just put a little different stuff on her and spent a lot of time riding her. And she's just 4, she got a whole life ahead of her.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I only had her about 6 months.
I felt like, and you can tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, but I felt like she had more of a jackpot look than some of your other horses. Did you feel?
She does.
Tell me about that.
I guess that's what the judges were looking for this year.
Seemed like it, yeah.
And, but yeah, I don't have her where I feel like she should be yet. Mm-hmm. But, She does 2 things really good. She scores and she can run. Mm-hmm. So she let me catch up there good. And, she just did what she did, the senior horse that I had really drug his ass.
Yeah.
I didn't win on him and I thought he was a winner. So I don't know. It was I guess it's what sitting up there when you got the pencil, it's what they decide they like. After all, it is what we call a horse sale.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is just selling the horse to the guys up there with the pencil.
I felt like there was some talk about them liking that more, like they're moving that direction. Do you think it was just a one year thing that they were looking for more of a jackpot look, or do you think it's moving in that direction?
If they move in that direction, they're doing wrong.
I see. Mm-hmm.
And not in my eyes, they're doing wrong. Mm-hmm. Reason I say that is, you can come out here and if you get them making too much of a jackpot move, and how I ride horses for the public, and they're out here riding them right now. If I get them making too much move, I mean, it ain't what they do for a living. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to take no chances getting hurt or anything. They want the horse to stay right there. And if you pick up on them reins and they come back to you, instead of thinking about going left, we got a lot better chance for me to keep business and them to ride them.
That makes sense.
And so, I guess it's each to its own, each to its own. They, whatever they like. But I think the young horse, personally, ought to be trained for the longevity, not for the moment of success as a young horse, I like to see, I want to see them horses being rode when they're older. Sure. And there's a lot more money and stuff out there, and that when these guys start feeling safe, on the older horses, they're not as comfortable. So if you start them that way, maybe you got a longevity horse. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
I do. I'm just curious. Did Joe have Joe that Clint Summers has won so much on? Did he have Did he start out like your buckskin horse when you were showing him, or not? I guess you didn't show him that much, but when you were using him, did he start out with a big stop or not a big stop? I don't want to say stop, but really drag it like that?
He was a horse show horse.
And I
could have showed him. And the people that I bought him from showed him. Yeah, he was started that way. And I guess that don't make sense to people because he was started that way, and now look at what he's doing today. So you tell me who's right or wrong.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I don't know who's right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Except I want to know how much money that horse has won, and how much money that horse has won on that part of it after being started this way.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting perspective. That's
you know what I'm saying? If I'd have started at 4 years old, dropping him out of there, what they're doing today, how do you think he would be at 11 today? I bet you wouldn't even find him. You couldn't even find him somewhere. But after he got the foundation put on him, he's a lot better type horse.
Yeah.
And he'll have longevity.
Yeah. Today's episode is brought to you by Fastback Ropes. Fastback Ropes is thrilled to unveil its latest innovation in roping technology, the Ombre. After rigorous testing by Fastback endorsees over the past year, the Ombre is set to redefine performance expectations in team roping. A 4-strand crafted with a core, the Ombre stands out with its vibrant orange color, ensuring exceptional visibility in any arena. Its smaller diameter and rough exterior are meticulously designed to enhance grip, making it ideal for swift and precise maneuvers around the saddle horn. Available in both head and heel variations, the Ombre head rope spans 31 feet and is offered in extra soft, soft, and medium soft lays. Meanwhile, the 35-foot heel rope options include soft, medium, and hard medium lays. This versatility ensures that every roper can find an Ombre rope to suit their specific needs. Find out more at fastbackropes.com.
Don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I see your perspective completely with when you put it like in those terms and frame it that way. Like, I don't think people think about it in those terms as much. As far as like that look isn't what's going to be forever. You know, when they are 11 and 12, they're not necessarily doing that horse show move, but they are evolving through it. You know, evolving into what we see with Joe.
Well,
so
it starts with the foundation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Put the foundation part of it on them, and then they got chances to go lots of places.
Yeah.
And shoot, they won the world on a 4-year-old and a stud horse, and I ride him at the Regatta Buckle in the jackpot at 7. So that's a pretty good feeling.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And the guy that owns him rode him at the jackpots too. You know, and he's a number 4 roper.
Yeah.
So to me, that was started with that foundation.
Yeah. Now, I have to ask you two things. First of all, what is her future gonna look like? I mean, obviously there's no crystal ball, but are they gonna start pulling embryos on her, flushing her, ICSIing her, or is she just kind of focused right now on the competition stuff?
Man, I don't know. We're only half a day out. Ain't talked about it, and I ain't heard a word about it. Where he's got like 6 horses he's showing in the amateur, and we're out here riding them and roping on them right now.
Mm-hmm.
Him and all my other clients. Right now, that's something that will be discussed. That'll be Thanksgiving discussion.
Got it.
Where we're sitting around having a glass of wine.
Yeah. Understood. And then you have probably almost 1 million views at this point of the day on dropping those coils over your saddle horn. Sorry about that. I wish I had posted a video of you winning the healing, but that was still really cool. Do you practice? Everybody says JD practices that at home. Do you actually practice that, or has that just happened enough that you did that intentionally?
I did it a lot. It's happened a lot. And do I do it at home? No. I mean, I don't take no short chances at home. But when the money's up and I'm riding horses for somebody else that owns them and they pay me, I don't quit trying to the end.
Yeah.
And so if that's what it takes, that's what it takes.
I'm sure you've been asked this 1 million times, but like, why did you ever use a glove? Is a glove ever been part of your deal, or
no?
How come no glove?
Never. Man, every time I can wear work gloves in the winter and rope with a pair of leather work gloves, but anytime I put gloves on, my hand goes to sweating right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And and so if I put one of them cotton gloves on, it's always sweated for years, and so it never felt normal to me to use it.
Are your hands just as calloused as can be? Like, are they?
I think they're pretty rough, my hands. But they're all right.
I've never asked this question in an interview in 15 years, so sorry about that. It's just...
No, that's all right. Well, hell, you ain't really talked to nobody that's hasn't used a glove, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's ever...
About 80-90% of the people use gloves.
Yeah, I probably more, honestly, but... Well, thank you, JD, and you guys have good luck the rest of the week.
I appreciate it, Chelsea.
I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you for listening to today's episode of The Score with Mr. JD Yates. By the way, if you like JD's program, head over to roping.com because we have the entire Yates family over there. We've got a day in the practice pen with them, with Dick, with JD, and Trey. It is something to watch. It is very enjoyable, and if you appreciate great horses, there's not much better to watch than a day in the practice pen with the entire Yates family.